Hi friends, let's see what is electric charge. We know that matter is made up of elementary particles. Until now, we have discovered hundreds of elementary particles. Among this, three most common elementary particles are protons, electrons, and neutrons. Now, what is elementary particles? These are the smallest particle from which every matter is made of, to which we call atom, and inside atom there is the existence of proton, electrons, and neutrons. These three elementary particles have their masses. So here are the masses of electron, proton, and neutron. Among the three, the mass of electron is very less. As you can see, it is 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Whereas we can see the mass of proton and mass of neutron are nearly same. And we know that if any particle is having the mass, then there is a gravitational force which exists between them. As these three particles are having masses, we assume that they attract each other by the gravitational force. So let's consider electron and find out the gravitational force between two electrons. So if we take two electrons and place them 1 centimeter away, then by the gravitational force formula we have F is equals to g m1 m2 upon r square, where as we have taken two electrons, we have taken the mass of electron as 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 and doing the square of it. Here g is the gravitational constant and r square is the distance between them. So 1 centimeter will be equals to 10 to the power minus 2 whole square. By calculating this term, we get F is equals to 5.5 into 10 to the power minus 67 Newton. As you can see here, the power of 10 is minus 67. That means there is a gravitational force between them, but that gravitational force is very less. But in practical, they are not found to attract each other, but they found to be repel each other with a force which is equals to 2.3 into 10 to the power minus 24 Newton. From this you can clearly see that the gravitational force is very less compared to the repelling force between two electrons. But we don't know that why this repelling force exists between two electrons. So we assume that there must be some other property than mass which the electron is having, because of which this force exists. We call this force as an electric force. This extra force between the electron because of which they repel, we called it as an electric force, and this electric force is very large compared to the gravitational force. So electron must have some other property than mass which is responsible for this force. We call this property as charge. As we know, masses are responsible for gravitational force, charges are responsible for electric force. Please note it down, these 2 points. From here, we came to know that the elementary particles have charges because of which there is some electric force which exists between them. Now let's do same thing with the proton. So if we take two protons placed at 1 centimeter distance as we have done with the electron, we found that same amount of force exists between two protons as well, which is repelling force. So 2.3 into 10 to the power minus 24 Newton, this much amount of electric force exists between two protons when they are placed at 1 centimeter distance. Thus we can say that protons also have charge. And as the force between two protons and the force between two electrons is found to be same, that means the charges on proton and charges on electron must be same. Similarly, we have done the same thing with the neutron, and when we place two neutrons 1 centimeter distance apart, we observe that they do not repel each other, but they attract with some force which is equals to 1.9 into 10 to the power minus 60 Newton. Though this force is also very less, this force is found to be equal to g m1 m2 upon r square, and thus neutron exerts only gravitational force on each other and experience no electric force. So, and hence we conclude from this that the neutron have mass but no charge. Hence from this we came to know that proton have the charge Electrons have the charge because of which they have repelling force, and neutron is neutral having no charge, hence no electric force exists between the neutron. Thank you.